Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Alicia Influencer. I'm Alicia Victoria and this is Black Girl Chats, where I just chat and share insights for life upgraded. So in today's episode 16, I'm going to be sharing about my November favorites, my fave finds of November. So many finds, but so little time. That is in respect of your time for this video length, because I could share a number of things. It has been a great month for wonderful finds, faves, dupes, sales, etc. And I want to share some of them with you. So to start off, I'm going to start regarding the seasons or more seasonal items. Now with the weather changes, seasonal changes for some parts of the US, coming into winter, fall weather, people doing things to gird their health, strengthen it, protect it, so they won't be a part of that cold, flu, sickness crowd. I want to make some quick recommendations that you can get at the tops of the season to add to your own health and wellness routines, collections, and maybe these will become some of your faves too. So the first one is highly rated, high selling, an item I did not know about, but I learned about through old Amazon, and that is the Arm & Hammer Simply Saline Nasal Mist. It's a daily care, drug-free nasal mist, and it is instant relief for everyday congestion. In the past, when I would experience colds and maybe nasal congestion, I just thought, the tissue, that was my best resort, tissues and maybe Vicks. But no, in this day of age and the wealth of information with the blessing of knowledge and helpful knowledge and Amazon reviews, y'all, I learned about this product. And so it helps with clearing congestion, moisturizing dry nose, and flushing irritants. And so it helps to prevent nosebleeds, pregnancy congestion, and overall in regards to better sleep. So I've used this with the air becoming more dry, using heaters for those of you all who are already turning on your heat or using different heat sources, so my nose will not be dry and I will have a better sleep quality and not really have to deal with any type of nasal congestion. And so what you do is you spray the mist in your nostrils. The instructions are very simple. It's not very intense or, something where it's you might feel wary because it has the like nasal syringe looking pointer thing. It's 100% pure ingredients and you can use it as often as needed. So it's great whether someone has a cold, whether they're trying to clear their sinuses, flush irritants, whether they want to use it like myself to moisturize any dryness in the nose that might be a result of drier air, drier temperatures, etc. So that's my first recommendation, and I pair it with now this second recommendation. Now, you heard me say I usually would use Vicks in the past, but now, especially because I would have stuffy nose, and I've experienced this since I was a young child, having the stuffy nose when laying down and breathing to sleep. And so, you know how people who get plastic surgeries will talk about a deviated septum and not being able to breathe out of the nose, as smoothly. Well, in terms of that, in terms of like just breathing better, I want to recommend the Benzodrex nasal decongestant inhaler. And it is like Vicks because it has medicated vapors, but it temporarily relieves sinus pressure and stuffy nose. And it is great because I tend to find Vicks around the nostril area in the nostrils can be more messy and sometimes not long lasting and not always giving that quick relief. But this nasal decongestant seems to be stronger and it gives quick relief. And it gives quick relief for symptoms related to colds, hay fevers, allergies, and as I mentioned, clearing nasal decongestion. And so those medicated vapors are stronger to me than Vicks. It's no mess, like with the Vicks rub. You just use the inhaler in your nose, you inhale it in each nostril, or depending on the instructions in your situation, and it is powerful. I would say, in my own experience, within 5 minutes, I'm clear for the night. I'm not feeling like I'm trying to breathe through nasal congestion. I can sleep, I can move on smoothly. And so I highly recommend that, whether it is a situation for cold or allergies, or it's a situation like I talked about, maybe, laying down and sometimes having like some nasal decongestion that can affect the quality of sleep. And so, Benzodrex, quick note, it's not something to use daily like the Arm& Hammer Saline Mist. It is something you want to use only as needed. Again, only as needed. Lastly, two more things in preparation for this season for your health and wellness and faves that I can recommend. This is a drink, and it is the Immunity Boost drink by Organic Life. I saw it in Walmart in their health food, health drink section, and I've seen it, I believe, in both Walmart Neighborhood Market and Walmart/Walmart Supercenter. But this is an organic fruit and vegetable juice. And the reason I recommend this is because a lot of people will have as their go-to orange juice when they're not feeling well or keeping it on hand during the fall winter season. But I actually recommend something more so like this. One, because with orange juice, you have to kind of buy it more so on the spot so it's not expired. You just can't keep it and keep it and keep it. Although with their constitutions and preservatives, they're lasting much longer than natural orange juice. Emphasis. But with this, it is unrefrigerated in that health drink section. It is 33.8 fluid ounces, so you can use it when you need to. It doesn't have to take up refrigerator space. You can use it, if you're starting to feel a dry throat, a scratchy throat, etc. The next reason I recommend it is because I was watching a doctor, I believe, who was sharing that orange juice is not what really helps people when they're not feeling well or feeling a cold, because people think it's vitamin C. No, with a lot of the commercial mainstream brands of orange juice, it's really not even actual orange juice, and it's really not giving vitamin C. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. And so she was saying it more so helps with hydrating the person. And because they are more likely more dehydrated as their body is fighting something off, that it helps in that regard. But side note, if you research about orange juices, the mainstream brands, you will see that those things are created, made, and something put together. Not knocking it, just letting you know if you want to go down that rabbit hole of research. But with this Organic Life Immunity Boost, which has been my switch from the mainstream orange juices, although I was selective about my orange juice before, Maddie's shout out, it has more than orange. So you're actually going to get vitamin C, and you're actually going to get organic fruits, actual orange juice, and apple juice, orange carrot lemon juice, ginger tea, turmeric tea, and vitamin C. So the ingredients are simple and clear. They're on the very front of the bottle. You know that you are getting other things that are going to help with hydration, including apple juice, including ingredients that are going to help when someone is dealing with a cold or needing to hydrate, or if their body is trying to fight off something. So if you know about ginger tea, turmeric tea, orange carrot juice, lemon juice. This is not just a smoothie drink, although it does have the consistency of a smoothie. These are things that help with health and wellness. They have powerful benefits. Some of them are considered superfoods, and they're just more powerful than using orange juice alone. So these are ingredients that can work synergistically in a juice. So if you're going to take something, why not take something that's going to give you a higher effect, that's going to be more effective and help you move forward more likely, more quickly. So I recommend that. And again, everything is organic, and link will be in the description box so you can see what that looks like. Lastly, for health and wellness, for things for you to stock up on, because Also, with that immunity boost, you can stock up on that. So for where I got it, Walmart, it was about $5 a bottle. But for what you're getting, all organic ingredients, tea blends, fruit juice blends, vegetable blends, tasty, very tasty. I believe it's worth the cost. So I recommend stocking up on it as well and having it on hand. Next, another stock up find to have on hand during these seasons and beyond is a wellness tea. This is a wellness tea by Sleepy Time Celestial Seasonings, and it's actually a dupe tea. I would call it at least a dupe. I consider it a dupe for the traditional medicinals organic throat coat tea. Now, throat coat tea by traditional medicinals is very renowned, and it does what it's supposed to do, and it can help with dry throat, sore throat, hoarseness, voice irritation, etc. And it has a very unique and great formulation. But the price point for about 12 to 16 bags runs about 15. It can run up to $15 a box, though I've seen it between 5 and 6 in the main retailers. But for this Sleepy Time Wellness Tea, which is called Sleepy Time Throat Tamer, it is a herbal supplement tea. It is a caffeine-free tea, and it also coats and soothes the throat, and it has the same ingredients as the throat coat tea, but at a much cheaper price, being typically under $5 a box. Again, it's in most major retailers, and I got mine from Walmart. And so this special blend features licorice and slippery elm, and it has spearmint, chamomile, lemongrass, and ginger. And so when I looked at the formulation for the throat coat, that is almost the exact same ingredients. But we know all formulations are not created equal, and so I wanted to try it for myself, and I can vouch and say I do feel I get the effects and or close to the effects of using the throat coat tea, although with the throat tamer, it is more of a lemongrass top note, I guess I would call it. It's stronger with the lemongrass. So if you don't like lemon, I would stick with the throat coat by traditional medicinals. But if you want to get more for your money and something that is just as effective and has the same ingredients, then I encourage you to try the throat tamer tea by Celestial Seasonings, Sleepy Time brand. Moving on. Again, with weather changes and something to have on hand very affordably is the Gold Bond hand cream. The Gold Bond Aloe Therapy, I believe, hand cream. I'll link it in the description box for the exact name, but it has wonderful things in it. It has hyaluronic acid. It has its own special technology that helps in protecting the hand barrier. It's usually about $4. It's at major stores from CVS to Walmart. It's on Amazon, and it's really great, I feel, for lasting through hand washing, which is one of the features that it boasts. And it's great for having its technology that protects the actual skin barrier. So if you're actually trying to help restore and keep, your skin barrier healthy and strong, especially against from outside elements like wind, cold, etc. And then just from our recent culture in the past few years where frequent hand washing frequent hand washing and using sanitizer and disinfectant wipes may have weakened and or stripped some people's barriers, strip them, then I recommend this. So, Gold Bond hand cream. The next thing I want to mention is a probiotic. In one of my recent chats, I talked about a probiotic strain that is particularly helpful for Black women. I highly encourage you to watch that video because the information is very important regarding Black women because most do not have this strain in a higher level, and because of not having it, it can lead to a increased frequency in BV thrush, yeast infections, all kinds of unpleasant things. And so, you know how they say knowledge is power, but I more so say the right knowledge is powerful and or can be powerful. So I want you to have this information, especially if you are a Black woman, if you know a Black woman, and I dive more deeply into the subject matter and about reproductive health and the actual probiotic and strain needed in that video. So watch if you haven't. Next, I'm going to talk about a fantastic find for the hair. Now, one of the top selling in black hair care and non-black hair care and on Amazon for hair care products is Mielle Organics Rosemary Mint Hair Scalp Oil. And I have used it and I highly like it, and I feel it is at an affordable price point for the amount given. But for your girl, I do like to try different dupes. I like to try different things and to see who's competitive in the space. So I tried a similar brand by, let me get it, Sunny Isle, their Rosemary Mint Hair and Strong Roots Oil. It is 50% more volume than their competitors, so you're getting more in the bottle. They claim to have a double growth formula, and their formulation is also close to the Mielle Organics, infused with Jamaican black castor oil and biotin and all the different things that make the blend extra potent and powerful. So, I got it. I tried it. I really, really liked it. The thing I didn't like was the dropper, which is not so great. It's almost what I would call a runny dropper in holding the product. But in terms of the lesser price point, the higher level of product, it doing what it says it's going to do, because I do feel it worked well for hair growth. It worked well for moisturizing the scalp, etc., etc. I feel it is a comparable and head-to-head dupe for the Rosemary Mint by Mielle. Again, I'll link both. If you will see the reviews for Mielle, you will see across the different races, people really love the product. But with the Sunny Isle product, it does have its solid reviews, but what I would say is maybe this company is geared more towards black natural hair care, which Mielle is too. So I recommend that to try. And then maybe in the future, I actually found a third dupe for the Mielle Rosemary Mint Hair Oil, and that one is under $5, closer to like $3 to $4, y'all. And you can use a coupon with it. I was highly skeptical about it, but it has thousands of reviews, so I'm going to be having that on order to try. I'm still using my Sunny Isle right now, and in the future, the plan is to let you all know how that $3 to $4 dupe does, because maybe it will be moving from Mielle to Sunny Isle to that $3 to $4 dupe. So stay tuned for that. Moving along, I want to talk about 2 to 3 skincare beauty products, and I'll wrap up the video with that and then a music and book recommendation. So, skincare beauty, I want to recommend the Dove Crushed Macadamian Rice Milk Body Scrub. This scrub is chef's kisses. This scrub understands the assignment. This is the scrub you want to have in your shower routine. The under $10 fine that does what it is supposed to do. I love it because it has oils, it has the scrub, it has the milk, it has the gentle cleansers, naturally derived plant cleansers. It smells delicious. It's strong, but not too strong. It's lingering, but not overpoweringly lingering. Excuse the tongue twister for me. And so I really like it. I've looked at the different scents in that line, and that is my favorite amongst them. But of course, it is to preference. But what I want to note about this is it's like you're getting 4 shower products, bath routine products in one. And if you are in a pinch of time, if you are traveling and trying to save space in your suitcase, if you are on the go, like going to the gym, this is the product to carry, because it exfoliates, it buffs, it cleanses, it moisturizes, and it doesn't strip the skin. So if you're not having all that time to do like pre-shower routines, luxuriating, you all know the word, y'all. Look at these tongue twisters today. If you want your luxurious bath time 50-minute routine, perfumes and oils, this is not it. But if you're trying to, not have to bring a lotion with you, not have to bring a scrub, not have to bring a shower, body gel, wash, etc., I would highly recommend trying this product because it's so many things in one. You actually don't need to apply lotion afterwards, in my own personal experience, but you can when you're doing your maybe more standard routine or longer routines. But for on the go, wanting to get in and out the shower, it's been a long day, etc., just go in, scrub with this exfoliating scrub, really actually get clean, moisturized, buffed, and glowing. And so I really like it. And I want to also note that when you are doing a longer routine, it really pairs well with a lot of other different fragrances. So if you're layering, if you're using your, Brazilian bum bum cream, because it does work well with that. That's why I mentioned that in particular. Then, you know, it's going to take those products up to the next level. So fragrances, additional lotions, moisturizers, creams, etc., and even body washes, it plays really well. The next thing I want to mention for body skincare is another bath item, and that is the Pacifica Underarm Coconut Detox Scrub. And so, whether you use natural deodorant, quote natural, or you use deodorants that has the different what they call chemical formulations or aluminum in them, etc., this underarm scrub is something to add to your bath and body. Since I've used it, I have not gone back. I have been a big proponent of natural deodorant for years, but now, I will go back and forth between the two different main types. With both, if you have any type of underarm residue from natural deodorants, again, if sometimes those formulations are real plant herbal based, they leave a residue. If you have a residue, if you have a more like fitness intensive lifestyle, if you perspire a lot, if you're trying to get rid of certain odors and bacteria, if you're trying to protect your underarms in terms of hyperpigmentation, acne, breakouts, HS, anything of that nature, or if you're even trying to use like underarm lightening products, then I recommend this underarm scrub because it goes in and does that foundational work, that base work to get the underarm really clean, remove the odor, dead skin cells, bacteria, etc. So you can then go in and use your body wash or your topical or whatever you're going to use. It's also good for like if you're not going to be shaving, really cleaning the hair and the oil, dirt, and grime that can trap in those areas, including, residue and lint that can come from clothes. So getting your pit really, really clean using natural products. Pacifica is a natural organic type of green brand. And this has coconut oil in it for those who love coconut or has coconut. And it smells again wonderful. And I use it with the Dove, macadamia, and rice scrub. But to give that extra TLC to the underarm area, I would recommend using that. And since my use, honestly, no joke, guys, I feel like I've had to shave less. I feel like that it has helped to lighten the area and address some, hyperpigmentation. And I feel like it just helps my deodorant to last longer. And of course, this is going to be based on a person's individual body chemistry and lifestyle and other factors. But for myself, where I would have to apply in a certain manner or reapply, I found that it's longer lengths of time between that when I use the underarm detox scrub. So that's why I recommend it for both those who, quote, use natural deodorants and for those who do not, because either way, it's going to be a booster to your routine. Now, I want to talk about music and books. Very briefly, I'm going to link some music that I've really been enjoying in the description box in the month of November. And also, I want to mention that I had talked about in a previous Black Girl chat about music therapy and how one can go to a music therapy session and for free in a sense. And so I will note that video and put it in the description box of what I was talking about and the one I've been enjoying again in November. Now, for books and podcasts, I will just stick to sharing a podcast this time and share my book that I liked in the future. Although I will link the book for those who are already interested and like, I want to know now. And so for the podcast, I want to recommend a vodcast style podcast on YouTube by Michael Shoemaker. It's called The Shoemaker's Way. He is a young Black Christian male, and this matters in regards to his content. And he shares really insightful, inspirational, faith based messages and perspectives on current culture, his faith, his testimony and his growth in the past few years and in his background. And he's just really a refreshing voice in the space of like the relationship, cultural commentary type of podcaster, YouTube influencer. If you like Tony Gaskins, if you like, I would say, if you know Carrington Brown from Ashley Empowers, if you like Christian male life coaches that, has audiences geared towards both men and women, but in his case, predominantly Black women, then I highly encourage you to check him out. In one of his recent episodes, he was talking about how women should not settle for 50-50 in relationships, but that they should have, a standard that is going to really reflect their value and just esteem them and bring further honor to them, and not taking these relationship advice and insights and commentaries where they're talking about in today's dating and relationship culture that, oh, it's a 50-50 partnership, or women need to give this way or move this way. I feel he really celebrates women and Black womanhood in particular. As a Black family man, he shares about his own experiences in life. And if you like, again, individuals like Tony Gaskins, and another that I thought of, Belief in Fatherhood, Glenn Henry and Yvette Henry, then I think you would like his content, and I encourage you to check out his channel. So, again, I told you I was trying not to be long, and I cut some things off the list, but I want to now thank you kindly for staying with me to the end. I want to remind you all to check out the previous episode, episode 15, if you haven't, where I talk about, Dollar Tree finds, hidden gems that I've really seen in the month of November. Hopefully they will be there in the month of December that you can take advantage of and find too. So make sure you check out that episode. And that's all for now. If this chat's helped add value to your day, then hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Stay posted, stay blessed.